Hi, this is a quick video to teach you about how to do conditional expressions. It's something that you need to do for Level 2 ICT functional skills. It crops up in your spreadsheets and it might crop up in databases as well if you're doing a query, but I'm going to show you an example of its use in spreadsheets. I'm going to show you how to do it in Office 2003, but obviously some people have newer versions of Microsoft Office like 2010. Some people have different software suites, so if you're on a Mac, for example, you might have a different spreadsheet program, in which case go to YouTube, search for conditional expressions and the specific program you're going to use. Okay, so it links into the functional skills standards. Techniques such as using the if function, which is how you do it in Excel or a spreadsheet program, and equals, less than, and greater than can be applied in several criteria. And then these are the parts of the standards where it's used. Using appropriate search techniques to locate and select information, and to develop and refine information. Use appropriate software to meet requirements of a complex data handling task. But the way to learn it is to do it, so that's what I'll show you. Okay, so first open up a spreadsheet. So here's one I created. You could easily create something similar. So I've got a few people that are doing MVQs. Some at level 3, some at level 2. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is introduce a new column. Functional skills target level. Okay, so Steve's doing a level 3 MVQ, and what he's going to be doing is functional skills that are one level lower. In fact, they all are, so just to be quick, I'm going to use a little equation to say that. Work it out from, that's what I think of equals as meaning, work it out from that and go one lower. Just me being lazy really, instead of typing them in. Okay, looks rubbish because it hasn't got any borders in. I'll sort that out in a minute. Here I'm going to put, will this tutorial be useful? Question mark. Okay, I want to make this column wide enough so I can do it like this. Or if I want to make it perfectly wide, I can do it like that. Double click. I want some borders in here. Do that. I want my column headings bold. Control and B for bold, or you can click on that. Oh dear, now they don't fit. Quickest way of making all your columns fit perfectly, click there and double click to auto size. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to do these conditional expressions. The if function in Microsoft Excel. I'll talk about it in English first. Well, let's think about for whom this tutorial will be useful. Does Steve need to learn it? Well, he's doing functional skills level 2. Okay? So you'd imagine that he wants to learn how to do this because it may well come up in his assessment, so it will be useful. Who won't it be useful for? You look down, someone who's doing level 1, they don't really need to know this at level 1. Lucky them. So we look across, it won't be useful for Aisha Wallace or Mike Ashley. Okay, so it's easy to do it just using your own brain to think about it, but if this spreadsheet had 100 people in it, it would take a while to go through that process. and that's when you want to do it automatically. Excel always comes into its own when you've got spreadsheets with loads of people in. That's why businesses use them all the time. Okay, so what we're going to say is, if this number is 2 or higher, they need to know about conditional expressions, because they're doing functional skills level 2 or higher. So how do we do that? Well, for starters, you're working something out. And if you're working something out in Excel, the first thing you do is you press equals. Okay. And what we're going to use is one of the built-in functions. How do you get the built-in functions? Well, next to this bit where the equals appears, drop-down menu called functions. Now, if you're lucky and you use it quite a lot, if will be in this shortcut list. It is for me, there. If it wasn't, I could click on more functions and then just search for if, like that. It's another way of doing it. But I'll show you the normal way. Remember, equals, because I'm working something out. If, okay, logical test. This is the question you're asking. What question are we asking? Is that 2 or higher? Okay, so how do we do that? First we're talking about that. What's the cell? It's D2. So you can type D2 or click in it. Okay, is D2 higher than 2 or 2? Right, how do you do that? Well, use the greater than symbol. Is D2 greater than 2? Right, saying false now. That's because it's not greater than 2, it's 2. So what should I have written? Is D2 greater than or equal to 2? Okay, this is greater than or equal to. The thing on the left is greater than or equal to 2. It might have been, is D2 less than 2? False. But for this circumstance we want, is it greater than or the same as 2? Yeah, it's the same as 2. So it's true. If it's true, we want to say yes. Do I just type yes in here? I don't. No, formula result isn't saying yes like I hoped it would. This is because if you're writing text, you've got to put these speech marks around it. Like that. What do we want to put in here? Work it out. I want to put no. What did I miss? Yep. Hopefully you're sharing out speech marks. Now you're probably rolling your eyes. Okay. Will this tutorial be useful for Steve? Yes. He's on level 2. Use this thing in the corner to copy it for the rest of them. Will it be useful to Claire? Yes, she's doing level 2. Will it be useful to Oisha? No, she's doing level 1. Yes, Garen, useful. No, Mike, level 1. Yes, Lauren, useful. That's the job done.